Good morning to everybody. So before we start, all right, let me share with you my screen, okay? And I have a video and I would like you to listen to the video, okay?
Welcome to the land of dreamweavers! I've always had this certain reverence for Mindanao. I've always wanted to go and experience the culture firsthand because it's somewhere I'd never been before. And to see that culture and that tradition has been passed down and is being kept to this day in such good condition, it makes you feel really hopeful. I really admire how the people, they're very connected to nature. They draw all their inspiration, their spirituality from nature, and it's reflected in their work, like in weaving tinalak. The fabric. Each color represents something. All the materials are sourced from the plants, from the vegetation, from the earth, and the inspiration for their arts. It was really insightful to see how much reverence they had for their craft.
Tinalak is actually a fabric that can only be found in Mindanao. The traditional way of weaving, it's really something that is amazing. I get to understand how they do it, why they do it, and the manner of creating the patterns. Being able to immerse yourself in such culture is something that I'm really proud of. It's really a great honor to be able to do the books that will represent the Mindanao area, the Mindanao region, to be part of Catriola's Gray's national costume.
They're deeply connected. They have this deep respect. And I think that's really admirable, and that's something that we could really share to the generations today, because we really need more admiration and respect for our earth and how we look after it and how we are connected as people to it. This one evening we were invited to a Tiboli house, and we were treated to a native meal and of their local delicacies. They even performed for us using their native instruments. It's the first time that I ever experienced anything like that. It was amazing to see them all together.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Thank you so much for welcoming us into your home and also to experience your beautiful culture. Introduced me to the beautiful textiles of your culture, and I just fell in love. Kasi ang ganda po. Sobrang ganda, and I feel like the international stage should be able to see it and know that here in the Philippines, this is one of our pride and joys. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be with you all and to learn about the origin of it, because I wanted to understand first where it came from before bringing it to the universe stage. So thank you so much po. I will definitely take pride in showcasing your culture to the international stage.
to know about what it means to them, how they put together their crafts, how it's been carried down through generation to generation. And I think even when I experienced that, that's what made me fall in love with what they do, their craftsmanship, their art, their handiwork, their products that they make. I fell in love with it because of the history of it and what it means to them and the reverence and respect that they have for their craft. So I think, if people were to realize that, it would really add value to that product, and people would be proud to own a product from Mindanao.
Because of the video, you already know what our lesson is all about. Okay? All right. So let me share with you my screen again. All right. So, yes, our topic is all about the Mindanao arts and crafts. And earlier you were able to see, right, the video. And yeah, it's nice to be a Filipino, and we should all be proud of our culture. All right. And what are the expectations in this lesson? Right. So at the end of the lesson, you are expected to analyze elements and principles of arts in the production, one's art and crafts inspired by the arts of Mindanao. Identify characteristics of arts and crafts in specific areas in Mindanao, like the maritime vessel or the balanghay from Butuan, Binta from Zamboanga, Maranao's malong, brasswares, okir, panolong, torogan, and sari manok, Yakan's fabric and face makeup, and body ornamentation, Tibuli's tinalak and accessories, Tawi-Tawi's pangalay, dance, and last would be to appreciate the artifacts and art objects in terms of its utilization and its distinct use of art elements and principles. So, in this lesson, we are about to discuss and learn about the arts and crafts of Mindanao. This place is also known to have a large concentration of ethno-linguistic groups and culturally diverse islands. So in this module, you will learn how animism and the Islamic religion refused together and produce a uniquely Filipino artistic tradition. All right, so let's learn and explore the arts of the people of Mindanao. The Mindanao, as mentioned, right, or as we all know, is the known as the land of promise, and it's the second largest and southernmost island in the Philippine archipelago. So the largest concentration of ethno-linguistic groups and culturally diverse islands. So it is composed of the Muslim groups, the Yakan, and the Lumats, all right? So Muslim groups include the Bajau, Iranon, Hamamapon, Kalagan, Kalibugan, Subanen, who were converted to Islam. So we all know that Islam is the religion of, mostly the religion of people living in Mindanao, because most of them are Muslims. Manobo, Maguindanao, Sama Bangingi, Sma Pangutaran, Samal, Sangil, and Tausug. Yakan and Lumads. The Lumads includes Bagobos and Tibulis. So what are the attire, textiles, and tapestries in Mindanao? So earlier in the video that I have shown you, you were able to hear about tinalak, right? Okay. So the traditional clothing of the Blaan, it is an ethno-linguistic group that inhabits some parts of South Cotabato, North Cotabato, and the Davao del Sur. Okay, so Blaan is a combination of two words, bila, which means house, and an, which means people. Right? So they are known for embroidery, brass ornaments, and beadwork that are integrated in their traditional clothing. So these are examples. So ikat naman is the process of dyeing the fabric where the yarns are tightly wrapped with strings and dyed before weaving. The textile usually contains three color shades of black, brown, black or brown, red or ochre, darker shade of orange, and ecru, the color of the undyed abaka. So ito po yung example niya. Okay? So basically before, right, ang pinaka pattern lang na ginagamit is geometric design. So kung titignan nyo to, yan may tatsulok, right? Or bundok, right? And then there are beads here as mentioned. Next would be the traditional clothing of the Bagobo and the Tiboli. So kung titignan nyo, right, it's also the same with the clothing of those people in Luzon and Visayas. Very prominent na kulay is red, yellow, right, black. And again, using geometrical figures, right? Ayan. So parang bundok, ayan, or tatsulok, ayan. So the Bagobo are a group of people that live in Davao. The word Bagobo comes from the word bago or new, and obo means grow. They make clothes from a specific textile woven from abaka fibers called tinalak. So kanina yung video, sila yung mga gumagawa. And kagaya nga ng sinabi kanina ng ating dating Miss Universe, right? Na we should be proud kasi tinalak kasi is like world class, right? So mahirap siyang gawin, right? And it requires a lot of patience in doing that. Men wear tinalak shorts, an undershirt, and a tinalak coat. The Bagani, hero or warrior, wears blood red clothes and a headkerchief called tangkulo. Ayan. And then women wear wrap-around tinalak skirts and blouses. Ayan. So parang pantapis nila. Ayan. Ito naman yung mga Tiboli. They live in around Lake Cebu, South Cotabato. They are famous for their complicated beadwork, wonderful woven fabrics, and beautiful brass ornaments. They regard tinalak as sacred, right? So Lang Dulay, the famous Tiboli dream weaver who received the National Living Treasures Gawad Manlilikha ng Bayan or GAMABA award by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, NCAA, in 1998. So ganun siya talaga ka-importante. Okay? Kasi yung tinalak na yan, it's a part of culture of the Mindanao. So the traditional clothing of the Maranao, ayan, the Maranao means the people of the lake, referring to the people which occupy the land surrounding Lake Lanao. They're famous for their artworks, intricate weaving, wood carving, metal craft, and their epics. The Maranaos are known for their malong. Ayan, yung mga malong. Okay? So, as you can see here, very prominent din yung color na red, blue, yellow, right, green. Ito napaka nitong malong na to. Kasi kung titignan siya, ginagamit nila yan sa iba-ibang bagay. Pantapis, ayan, kumot, pwede rin kapag maaraw, pantabing din nila, panlagay sa ulo, o kaya naman kapag maaraw or maulan, pwede siyang pantaping sa ulo. Okay? So malong, a traditional Filipino tube skirt that is made from hand-woven or machine-made multicolored cotton cloth, bearing a variety of geometric or floral design. So malong is similar to the sarong worn by people from Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia. Kapa malong or sambisa malong, a traditional dance, demonstrates the various ways of wearing malong and its uses. Ayan. Kagaya ng nasa litrato na yan. Okay? So uses niya, ayan, maraming uses ang malong. Skirt, dress, blouse, gown, hammock, basket, sleeping bag, bathrobe, baby carriage, sleepwear. Hammock then is like duyan, yon. Okay. Traditional clothing of the Yakan. Basilan is the home to the Yakans. They are popular for their skills in weaving, and they are also known for their use of bold colors and geometric patterns. Yakan fabrics are traditionally used as garments. Ayan. Seputangan is a square cloth used by the Yakan women as head cover or as belt. Ayan. Okay, yan, belt. And then bujalapi is a tight blouse with long sleeves. It is ornamented with gold, silver, or bronze buttons. Ayan. So kung titignan niyo siya, may pagka-bronze siya, tas long sleeve siya. Sawal is the traditional tight-fitting trousers made of yakan fabric characterized by vertical stripes. Ayan, kaya vertical stripes yung kanilang mga pants, okay? What else is the pinalantupan type of skirt layered over the trousers. Ayan. So, kaya meron silang patong na parang skirt, okay? What about the crafts, accessories, and body ornaments? Okay, so we have here the sari manok. So this is the legendary bird of the Maranao. It comes from the word san, meaning cloth or garment, and the manok for chicken. It is known rather as a symbol for good fortune. Okay? Suwerte. Di ba sabi nila, kapag daw hinihimas ang manok, swerte daw yun. Okay. Okir naman, ayan, refers to the traditional and unique carving and prominent to any design among the Moro ethno-linguistic communities. The name comes from an old Malayan word which means carve or ukit. Yan, inukit siya in Filipino. It is referred to as ukir in Maranao while ukil in the Maguindanao. So again, as you could see, the prominent colors that we could see here are yellow, green, red, black, white. Okay? Almost pare-parehas lang ng kulay, the same with the arts of Luzon and Visayas. Face makeup, ayan, meron din sila. This is an example. A distinct form of visual arts of the Yakans is the facial makeup applied on brides and grooms. Ayan. So this is an example because it's part of their culture. The bride and groom wear different accessories, wedding attire, male, piece, hand-woven head cloth, worn as a symbolic protection from spears or knives. Ayan. Parang ganito din yun. Okay? Meron din sila sa head. Kandit, 15 meters belt or sash made of gilim or red cloth. So kung nakita nyo, parang merong silang kagaya nito, yung belt nga na sinabi ko sa inyo. So basically, ganito rin yung itsura niya halos. Okay? Yan, parang may belt. Okay? Next would be shorts that are believed to be bulletproof with Arabic script designs prepared by imams and hajis. Ayan. Female, short skirt over trousers, kagaya ng pinakita ko kanina. Both male and female, sarok hat worn to add elegance. Ayan, ornaments. Ayan, crocodile tooth necklace for fortune. Ayan. Triangular amulets with symbols wrapped in black cloth. So what they call anting-anting against bullets. So pag suot-suot mo daw yun, kapag daw hindi ka daw tatablan ng bala. Snake bone belts to guard from pain. Yan. So meron din silang made out of snake, right? Or bone ng snake na ginagawa nilang belt. Manik pegiyas, a necklace or bracelet of beads from dried fruit seeds to protect from illness caused by evil spirits. Okay? Manik sembulan, necklace or bracelet made of bamboo stems cut into short pieces serves as added protection. So basically, ang paniniwala nila, yung mga ornaments na daw yun, aside from it brings fortune and it also make them parang powerful kasi hindi sila tinatablan ng bala o kaya naman it can also protect them, right, from evil spirits and to protect them from pain, okay, para hindi sila makaramdam ng sakit. Function articles, peg, gupaan, bamboo container for chewing nut. Ayan. Lutuan. So ito yung lutuan nila. Small bronze box with engravings carried at the waist. Ayan. Sa waist siya nakalagay. Table accessories, hilot, heavy brass belt. Ayan. Worn by women during festivals. Swatil mimotis. Ayan. Ito, a wooden comb with colored glass, beads hanging from it, worn toward the back of the head. Brass macking kulintang. So kulintang, a musical instrument composed of 8 different sized brass gongs laid upon a wooden rack, made of brass with intricate designs and embossed top where it can be hit by wooden mallets to produce music. So other brass instruments include gandang, the two-headed cylindrical drum, as well as the duahanong pair consisting of the buwa, a giant-sized gong, pulakan, a narrow-shaped knob gong. Ayan. So we were able to discuss this last time, right? So ito'y parang tinatawag na yung kulintang nila. Ayan. So how do you produce the sound kapag ini-strike yan? Okay? All right. So to learn more about what I have shown you, okay? So let me share with you again a video.
Lake Cebu on the island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines is the home of Lang Dulay. She is an accomplished weaver, specializing in traditional Tiboli ikat cloth called tinalak. Creating this type of cloth is an elaborate process in which the weaver has to complete about 20 steps. Finer varieties of abaca plants are selected, and the fiber is stripped from them by hand and then dried on frames. The thread is formed by finely knotting individual fibers end to end to form balls of continuous yarn. The patterning of the cloth is done with the ikat method, using a tying frame. After multiple dye baths, the yarn is transferred to a loom for weaving. Finally, the finished cloth has to be softened and polished. It is done with a shell, using pressure tension from a roof beam. It takes an experienced weaver about 4 to 6 months to finish one panel of cloth. In 1998, Lang Dulay was honored by the Philippine government with the National Traditional Artist Award, a rare recognition of artists who achieve excellence in traditional art forms. The recipients of this award are chosen after exhaustive national searches by seasoned field researchers and vetted by scholars and experts in each field. Very few artists have successfully passed the rigorous interview process. The only other artist who received the award in 1998 was Salinta Monan, a fellow weaver from a different region of Mindanao. In the decades since, only 6 other artists have been honored with this award. The recipients of this award receive a lifelong stipend and full health coverage from the government. In exchange, they are expected to train the new generation of artists. Lang Dulay used the funds from the government to build a weaving center in Lake Cebu. It was inaugurated only a year after she received the award.
Bang julu hanak nu kerang ke temala gel temala. Hilu ala tala. Abai manam ni kemak ni hawo nu ngak tala ku. Na anik lak lanahan.
She started out with training family members in the methods of tinalak weaving. These women have become experienced weavers, completing their own tinalak panels and doing much of the work in the weaving center. Nowadays, Lang Dulai also has a lot of younger students who are at the beginning of their artistic education. They help with the weaving at the loom, but Lang Dulai still ties her own patterns on the tying frame.
Lana anik ke tu kemngak mak tenala. Anik habol. Uling ke daw kadang tu ha. Kadang ke tam sekom ni tu ha. Anik mon ni kemngak tolo ku. Be hani ngai ni. Menju di tahabe. Bong jiru hanak ju ko ganu lomi. Hanak tu bakot waru halai ko ganan do malai ra awa yo ramu palu tungo kam daw chana ka kana hu do boto ala kom ni ka ma ni tam se kom ni se malu tu ha se ma ju se kala ga won kana ke ta kam na boto ala kom la gan lem fu au la kom do bo du se ni tu ha.
Lang Dulai knows more than 100 named designs.
Ni Taiwan. Hanta ogo. Hanta u badalogi. Nali baju libun ni. Sabak bun.
The motifs relate to Taboli oral discourse about sacred symbols, matters of courtship, and the natural world.
I do hope that you were able to learn about Mindanao because of that video, right? So as you can see kanina dun sa video, pinakita doon kung paano ba ginagawa yung tinalak. So napaka-tedious siya na process, and then now because of that woman, right? Nagpatayo sila ng school at para mapasa from generation to generation. Okay? All right. So let us go on now to another topic, right? Which is the Mindanao architecture and sculpture. So ano-ano naman kaya yung expectations nyo in this lesson, right? So at the end of the lesson, you're expected to analyze elements and principles of art in the production of one's arts and crafts inspired by the arts of Mindanao. Reflect on and derive the mood, idea, or message emanating from selected artifacts and art objects, and appreciate the artifacts and art objects in terms of its utilization and its distinct use of art elements and principles. In this lesson, we are about to discuss and learn about the arts and crafts of Mindanao. So this place has a large concentration of ethno-linguistic groups and culturally diverse islands, kagaya nga ng mga pinakita natin kanina in the start of our discussion, right? So in this module, you will learn how animism and the Islamic religion are fused together and produce a uniquely Filipino artistic tradition. Okay? So ano nga kaya ang architecture? So these are examples of architecture in Mindanao. So Torogan, ancestral house of the upper class Maranao. It is the dwelling place of the Datu along with his wives and children. So we all know naman na sa relihiyong Muslim, they can marry not only one, okay? They can marry two or more as long as they can provide for their family. So the Kawayan Torogan declared by the National Museum as one of the national cultural treasures through Museum Declaration number 4-2008. Ayan. Next would be Panolong. Ayan. A wing-like ornament of a Torogan layering out from the beams. This okir, ito nga example ng okir carving, usually features the naga or serpent, pakorabong or stylized fern, as well as a floral and star and a bud motifs. Ayan. Bajau houses, Bajau, known as Sama Bajau, are the sea gypsies or nomads of the Sulu Sea. Their main source of livelihood is fishing and hunting kasi nga they live in the sea. Most of them live in boat houses or houses on stilts around the Sulu archipelago. So another example of architecture is the Grand Mosque of Cotabato, the largest mosque in the Philippines. The mosque occupies 5,000 square meters of a 5-hectare land. Fourth pillar of Zamboanga, ito, built to protect the people from the pirates of the Sulu Sea, also called Real Fuerza de Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Zaragoza. So this was founded in 1635 and still stands strong until today. So it was engineered by Father Melchor de Vera, a Jesuit priest. Another is the Monastery of the Transfiguration of Bukidnon. So ito siya, located on top of the hill of Malay-Balay, Bukidnon, founded by Father Abbot Eduardo Africa and run by the Benedictine monks. The pyramid, yan, like structure was designed by the national artist for architecture, Leandro Locsin. Okay. Next would be the Santo Rosario Church of Camiguin. The church is located at the town of Sagay, Camiguin Island. The unique things you can find in the church are the driftwood chandeliers and altar. What about sculpture? Yeah, so these are example of sculpture ng mga taga Mindanao. May tumjar, ayan po, an earthenware vessel for secondary burial from Sarangani province. These artifacts also hold key information of the historical and anthropological importance. So, yan, kasi yung remains nila, nilalagay nila sa jar dito sa loob. Okay? Next, Rarub Aklong, a metallic armor made of brass plates, carabao horn, and interlocking ringlets, a protective armor of Moro as a counterpart to the vest used by the Spanish soldiers. Meron ding kampilan, a single-edged steel sword with a handle made carved ivory in a form of the head of the naga or a serpent, handcrafted gold and hang cord at the bottom of the handle. Ayan. So these are examples ng mga ginagamit nilang weapon noon. Batigi, a large manually craft wooden top inlaid with a mother of pearl. It is used by adult males to test their skills and strength. Ayan. Candy, it is a heirloom teapot or kettle used for hot water, coffee, or tea. Ayan. Di ba? Ang ganda ng mga design nila, nakita nyo ba? Para din siyang geometric figures din. Right? Gador, a large, intricate, decorated white metal tobacco container. It has become an item of interior decoration in proper Maranao household. Ayan. What about the functional art? Yan, ito. Balanghay, known as balangay or butuan boat. Large wooden boat used by the pre-colonial Filipinos to traverse the seas for trade or migration. Kasi even before ay nakikipagkalakalan na tayo sa mga dayuhan. So known as the oldest pre-Hispanic watercraft found in the Philippines. Ayan. So, ayan, ito yung example. So it's actually a boat. Okay? Next, binta, traditionally made by the Bajaus who live in the Sulu archipelago. These boats are small and not meant to be used for long ocean travel. But what is striking about this is the colors. Nakikita nyo. Again, the geometric figures are there, but yung makukulay niya na sail, yun yung nakakaakit. They are used for livelihood activities such as fishing and diving for pearls and transportation around archipelago. Okay, all right. So to learn more about the architecture of the Mindanao, right? So let me share with you another video. So ito po yung mga musical instruments na ginagamit, okay, ng mga taga Mindanao.
First, the Pearl Farm Beach Resort. Their architecture are one of the best examples of their architects' wit and creativity, which is located at Samal Island, Davao City. Next, literature. They have some famous writers who pioneered in this field, and they are Pigeon Levitations by Ricardo de Ungria. Their music are one of the good examples of traditional songs in Mindanao. But as time gone by, many people made songs that shows love, devotion, and support to our country.
Pinoy kapwa Pinoy ang naglalaban dito sa Mindanao. Marami ng dugo ang lumanak sa lupa ng Mindanao. Mindanao.
Mindanao traditional dances are known for their evident mysticism, royalty, and beauty, accompanied by the agong and kulintang. Filipino Muslim dance is marked by intricate hand and arm movements along with shimmering costumes. But let's take a look about the differences of the traditional and contemporary dances in Mindanao. Let's find out! Theater's purpose is to provide entertainment to crowd. The main benefits of performing arts includes improving life skills and academic performance. They are highly acclaimed international repertoire of dance music about Mindanao and its people. The Integrated Performing Arts Guild Tales from Mindanao. The films in Mindanao are truly amazing, and we can proudly showcase this to other countries because of the great talents our fellow citizens hold. Here's a film in Mindanao titled Moro 2 MRW Group 1, Daughters of Three-Tailed Banner 2016, that tackles about the struggles of Bangsamoro women in our promised land. We have now showcased you the great artistic talents of Mindanaoans. Lastly, we are the Maharlika Group telling you folks to appreciate and love our country, especially the beauty of our culture and each one of us. That's all, folks.
Okay, all right. Nakita nyo, ang ganda sa Mindanao, no? All right, so that will be all, right? I do hope that this lesson has helped you a lot to appreciate what Mindanao can offer to us. All right, thank you so much for finding time watching this video, and see you all next time. Goodbye.